Hello everyone, and welcome to just a really quick guide on a rather neat shortcut within the explosive conflict operation that lets you get to a really neat view of the final encounter with Kephess. You see here a screenshot of where I'm actually going to show you how to get to. A really neat little shortcut. I think it's really kind of a neat thing, not widely known within SWTOR. So let's get started. Okay, so the starting point for this little shortcut exercise is going to be right as you're beginning to make the approach to Kephess. You've just finished the Colonel Vorgath encounter, the minefield encounter, gone into the mountains. You're taking a little shortcut through the little mining droid that kind of teleports you around to the other side. And you come out of the tunnels and then you walk through and underneath a waterfall. Right in the middle of that area, just behind the waterfalls, where we're going to start this encounter. And you look closely here, I've shown a little screenshot zoom in of your minimap. So again, it's just as you exit the area, it's just at the point at which most people typically mount up, and you can zoom through the waterfall. And so it'll be before you actually encounter any adds or begin any combat after the Vorgath encounter. So you can see here on the minimap a spot of where you need to be. Okay, so here we are. Here's the camera view right at the beginning of the path for this shortcut. You see here we're looking out through the waterfall, and you actually see a person there wearing the Karaga hat that's jumping up onto that little ledge to the right. That's actually where we're going to go first. And then if you see on the left, there's the kind of first raised platform. You see there's actually two there. We're going to go from the one on the right to the one on the left, and then we're going to come back across to the right again, where there's an upper raised platform that you can't quite see from this angle, but you'll see in a moment. I wanted to show it to you before we started this way, so when we do it live, it's a little tricky because your camera angle can get rather awkward. It's actually, I feel, most efficient after the first jump, when you're making the first jump and the second jump, to stay in, to zoom all the way into your effectively first person, so you can aim yourself up, because those two jumps are a little tricky. Honestly, the first jump's pretty easy. That second jump is really honestly about the only really difficult part of really this whole shortcut. So being ready for that is definitely going to be key. Okay, and again, before we go to the live video, once you actually get up there and you get to that second jump like I mentioned, this is where we're going to be standing. And if you see directly across on the left, there's a little row of rocks that kind of lead themselves up on a little path. That's where we're going to want to jump to. And then once you make it to that point, you just kind of want to pause. Don't panic, don't move. You can actually dismount. Some people find helpful. At that point, you pretty much got it. So anyway, we're going to do the rest of the commentary in real time, but I want to show you these couple screenshots first to help make you prepared for what you're seeing. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go. We're about to make the jump. First one's pretty easy. Second one, we have to line up a little more carefully. It's one where you're most likely to die on. But again, if you zoom into first person, I find it a little easier. The next jump, again, we're going to line up real carefully. You see here, you can see it just through the waterfall. Relatively easy. You basically hit your forward and jump keys at almost the same time. You hit your forward and then your jump, and not too difficult if you're experienced with platforming for datacrons. You see here, there's a little jump we make to get onto the next ledge. It's really easy. You basically just get to the edge where you can't move and then just jump up and you're automatically there. We're then going to work our way around the edge there. You can actually dismount or just barely tap your keys one at a time is the way I typically tend to do it. Once you get up here, this is where you can kind of get the rest of the group up if anyone can't make the jump. Yeah, especially if you can get a Sage or Sork up here, everyone can group up down on the lower ledge there below just before you enter that cave, and you can pull people up. Variety of classes have other abilities. The Guardian Leap, Intercede, Scoundrels have their teleport, and so on. I actually went the wrong way here, as you can see. What we're going to want to do is platform up to that upper ledge there. As you can see, this is the spot where you go up. It's actually easiest if you just mount up first. I was trying to see if I could do it with rocket boots, or not mounted, and wasn't quite able to make it work. Mounting's relatively easy. Just got to kind of work your way up there. Once you're up here, you're pretty much done with the platforming elements of this shortcut. You're going to get knocked off your mount after a few seconds. You see some of the graphics are cutting in and out there with some of the trees. What we're actually going to do here is we're going to walk up. You can see the shield cutting in there finally, the graphics. We're actually just going to run up the shield. So you may get a little stuck here. You just kind of wiggle your way around until you start walking up into the air, like you can see here. So we're literally just going to run over the shield to the other end of the shield, and then we're going to kind of work our way back underneath the shield, and we'll be able to zip back in there to the side of the encounter. So you see here we're walking up. You could actually mount up by this point in time if you wanted to, or you can walk like I'm running, like I'm doing, and enjoy the scenic view of sunny, friendly, war-torn Denova. Another interesting tidbit, I'm reasonably sure, although I haven't actually tested this, if you left someone up here and then shortman the actual Kephess encounter, when you destroy those two little shield consoles after you defeat Kephess, and the shield goes away, I'm pretty sure you could have a person standing above the entire team who would then fall unceremoniously to their death, which might be a fun little thing to test if you don't mind sacrificing someone. So anyway, here we go. We're going to follow our way down here. There's kind of three different tiers. We're going to go all the way down here to the left on the middle tier till we're on solid ground again. It takes sometimes a little bit to work your way around. You see here I'm trying to go to the right. That actually doesn't work. You need to go to the left, follow the ridge, so you're inside the trees here, and then we're now inside the shield. And we can just follow our way around, and we'll be on that upper right platform as you come into the Kephess encounter, which is kind of neat. Actually, another tidbit I don't actually show here, but if you go around here, as you can see us coming in here, around to the right, there's a little, you get behind the building. There's actually a small little window where if you time your jump right, you can get on you see the little corner of the platform there to our right. There's another corner on the other side that's a little closer to the walker, almost close enough to touch. You can actually get over there if you don't mind doing it. Just be careful, because if you get stuck, you get ported back to the entrance. But anyway, this is a shortcut. Hope you enjoyed it. I think it's a really neat little trick inside SWTOR. Thanks very much. Y'all have a good one.